everybody, Tyre here with episode 13 of BeamNG Drive Career Mode with the RLS Career Overhaul mod, as well as some of the others that are listed down in the description. And today I wanted to come back to West Coast to go ahead and assess the performance and do some work with the car here. Let's see where we're sitting at. So we're going to go ahead, pop right on over, hit this button, and see what we get here. Get my mouse out of the way, and we can kind of see how the tire temps and everything are doing. Not too bad of a launch there. And if you look up ahead, I've been noticing that since I came back, I'm having random vehicles falling from the sky. So, yeah, something's not quite right there, but the goal is to see how fast the car is. Power output of only 244 horsepower. Yeah, I want it to be around the 4 to 500 before we do what we're going to do today. Trying to get up some more money, hopefully buy us another garage over here, help us out. But yeah, it's got 37 miles on that motor. That's pretty crazy. And, we're in the A class. Our braking force, of course, isn't going to be too great because, well, we got the tires that we have. So, we're going to go ahead and, yeah, I have, like I said, been noticing no cars randomly falling from the sky. I drove back from over the highway, and as I was driving back, a van randomly popped in, and I was like, that's pretty cool, but scary because that could just fall right in front of us and cause an accident. But we'll get there if that happens. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at what we can do for engine parts here. Actually, we just pull that all back. I was thinking I could pull up that way. I don't know. I was thinking something really silly. That's what I'll say. So we got the ultra high performance radiator. We don't have to worry about anything that way. Here's the engine, though. The RSV 2.5 liter dual overhead cam inline 4. And we got the stock 2.5 turbocharger. Let's go ahead and buy this stage 2. And while we're at it, for the engine management, we're going to go ahead with an adjustable race ECU. And that should push us pretty good there. Now we got the RSV GT exhaust. That should be fine. Transmission, it's tough because I wanted to keep this 5-speed. But as it sits, it is great first, second, and third gear. Fourth and fifth start to get really too long for it. And that's where I'm contemplating, do I want to put in a 6-speed manual transmission, standard style? I was looking at the 7-speed manual and I was like, but no. I think we'll go ahead, just put in the 6-speed manual. We'll pretend it's a rally edition of the car or something like that, right? And I do still have this orange bar. I'm not sure what that is from or anything else, but it is there. So we spent almost $13,000 just to do that. But if we go back into assessing the performance, we should be able to get this thing up and running really good. Should be a lot better. We'll see how the gearing kind of plays out too, because that's what I'm mostly curious about. A little bit of that transmission whine there. Yeah, it looks like 120 in 6th gear. So we're probably going to go ahead and tune that a little bit longer. We'll run this one more time after we do to make sure it's good. It also keeps us up to date on where we're at with the car. But we went up to 432 horsepower, just like I wanted. Perfect. So let's go into tuning here, and we should be able to tune the gear ratios here. The first gear is a little bit short. We'll go with a 3.5. We'll take this on down to a 2.12. That looked like that was a pretty good spot to sit. Again, you want this to kind of curve. You want it to be closer here between these and longer here between these. 167, well, the 6th gear, we were only there. We're going to go with a 0.78. So if you start kind of like this, 7.8, thank you, game. I hit 7 and I put a 5, or I don't know. Yeah, and then 4th gear is typically around a 1. So we can hit the 1 there. That shouldn't be too bad. We'll go with a 0.9, well, 0.88 probably would be good there. Let's take this down to 0.77. Really tiny adjustments for the 6-gear ratio, you know. Fourth, let's actually push this up to like a 115 to help kind of get this curve. And then we're going to pull our 3rd gear ratio down, probably 155. Come back a little bit with these two. We could go with the final drive, but I kind of want to keep it where it's at that way. 25 pounds is not bad for the tires there. I'm wondering if we can with the rear. Yeah, we got our rear all the way maxed up, so that's okay there. Maybe we can just push a little bit more in the rear stiffness. That'll just help that little bit. And we're going to go ahead and assess the performance one last time to see, do we gain anything better? And then we can take a look at our drag times and stuff. Primarily, I'm just looking to see, like, what are we getting for power and stuff. We're running into an over torque risk situation as well, so we might have to do the block up a little bit more. There's another car calling from the sky. Okay. Not too bad. And so, quarter mile in 11.37 seconds. Previous to that, it was 11.49, so we did get a little bit quicker. Previous to that was 13.37, so not too bad. We went from being an A with 73 for class to an S class. Excuse me, sorry about that. Holy cow, that came out of nowhere again. We went to an S class, performance index of 90, so we went up a good bit, 432 horsepower, but we've seen that we were hitting that over torque situation, so we're going to definitely go ahead and hit the, we have, there's the bed load. Oh, bed load, yeah, I thought I seen something with the bed to do that, but no, anyway. We need to stay on track. At least I do. And take a look here. We have a heavy-duty standard one here. Let's go with an ultra-heavy-duty block. We're going to just do that. That should get us there. It really won't change our performance index, but we're not going to go ahead and do it. The only thing it's doing is reliability-wise. So this is going to be a lot quicker, and then that'll allow us to get into what we want to do today. So we need to make at least 20,000, it looks like, about. Go ahead and break back to where we were. Let's see if hitting F5 is going to get rid of. There we go. So there's the trick. Hit F5. We can get rid of that orange bar on the bottom. I'm not sure exactly what that is from. Select dynamics enhancement. Interesting. I'm not sure what that might be part of. I was just trying to see if I could figure out what that even was from. Let's go ahead. We'll hop on in here. Get a little bit higher of an idle. Car is going to be a little less fuel efficient. Let's set this to the afternoon because that looks nice. And I'll be right back. Just got to double check a couple of things. Okay, here we are. We're gonna head basically straight ahead here. We are just stuck here. Yeah, we'll just hang out for a moment. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. That's perfect. You can go on and shoot fly, so to speak. Another red light here. Yeah, unless... because of the sun strip situation, we can't really see unless we go ahead and tilt the camera up. Then we can kind of see. We have the dome lights over here. I wish these actually could work, but there is, I believe, a mod for the vanilla cars to do that, but being this is a mod, there's potential that it might not as well anyway. Hitting the brakes there really brings that rear end out. That's crazy. Be stuck behind another one of these guys. I am considering, I have my traffic set to allow mods to spawn, and I might turn that off just so that way I don't have to deal with these guys so much. This really seems to be the only modded vehicle that is showing up frequently, so. I'm also noticing we're missing something in our UI down there. There we go. I don't know why that wasn't showing up originally. That's a little strange. Okay, we're getting close to our destination here. I'm wondering if y'all can guess what we're gonna go ahead and do to get some money going. Being that we have this car. That's right, we got all of these guys, all 10 of them. If you were interested in the vanilla deal of how I did it, you know, with the car that they give us, before I speak though, honestly, I should make sure that this actually will, yeah, okay, we're fine. So yeah, again, if you're interested, you go ahead and check out last season. Trying to remember what episode, but I had gone through a lot of the vanilla stuff last season for this one. But now we're going to go ahead and take our car and see if we can actually do any better. So the goal here is 1 minute, 48 seconds and a half, but I don't really count that. And to complete a lap under 35 seconds, we're going to use our car and see how this goes. Of course, this adds in some risk, so it's kind of a risk-reward type of deal, because if I crash this car, I have to repair it. Because if I use the car that comes with, I don't have to repair it. We will get some paint on this thing, too. I think we need to do that, definitely. I completely forgot I wanted to. Ooh, yeah, that's a little rough there. Sunstrip does limit some visibility here. Might have went a touch long on the gearing, but I think it's all good. Very easy to handle, though, I must state. Very forgiving. Just can't take too big of bumps here. Or jumps, I should say. I'm not even looking at the time yet. I wanted to, but I could see the color, and that's about the best I can see out of my peripheral, so we'll see how I do at the end. At least I will. You guys can keep the track. I'm focusing on trying to zip through as quick as I can. Right, so what did we get? 36.923 on our time there. Really? But really? That almost speaks to us being able to, like, we need to turn up the car more. Almost need to put in a stage 3, try and push it to about 500 horsepower. Jeez, I was thinking the stage 2 would be fine. The problem is the more I go on the turbocharger, the bigger the lag will be. So I'm trying to hope. I was hoping to stay on stage 2, so that way we didn't have that kind of an issue. But yeah, let's continue a challenge start, and there we go. Put on the parking brake. We're gonna go ahead, go back to our garage here, wherever it is. There we are, and then pop on out. We need to probably do a repair real quick. We'll see. Oh no, it's okay with the broken windshield that way. And we're just gonna go ahead and put that stage 3 into there, or do I want to go? Well, I had an over torque situation, so I mean, I've got a decent amount of money. I just don't want to burn into it too heavy because I do want to try to save up to get some more garages to get more space. We have another vehicle slot yet, one more. Maybe let's put in the stage 2 performance block. And as far as our intake, we'll go back to our stock one here, because with that combined, I think we'll be doing good. I think we won't over torque or anything. Let's go ahead and assess the performance. Hoping to see 5 to 550 this time, but I'm not sure if that's really going to happen or not. Go ahead and turn those fog lights on. I could probably also let it go up higher in the RPM. Just looking at it now. 12.5. Yeah, that's not so good. Oh boy. How much power did we lose? Staring at the wall, of course. There we go. Yeah, we're down to 323. Back to the intake, and let's see. Well, let's do, this is kind of the quick and easy way to do it, right? We go ahead, close this menu, and save. We might also have some career paths. Let's go ahead and take a look. No, it's just showing it for no reason, pretty much. We're going to go ahead, pop on into the car. Main menu, garage, and then we can go to test, and then we can actually see how the performance of the car actually is. So we go here, we go to test. Now this will load us into the grid map there, not the empty one. And we can actually get this. So what I want to essentially do is see how far I can actually push this. Let's go to 8,050. And I want to look for where that torque fall off kind of happens. And we're up to 323. Okay. Let's go into engine. Let's go into stage 2 turbocharger. And with this, we're at 555. This is where I want to be. Hitting that over torque risk there. Yep. So that's what would happen. We're really in this kind of spot here. So what if we got the stage 3 but kept the stock turbo? We're at 380. So stage 3 is not the deal. None of that. Probably gonna have to go for, let's see, so stage 2, if we were to let this thing up a little bit higher, we do hit 557. 557, it looks like, is what we can get. So we just got to go back to what we were at. Stage 2 turbocharger, the ultra heavy duty. Fortunately, I'm spending money that I shouldn't have. So go back into season 3 here. And yeah, we'll go back with the ultra heavy duty, stage 2, let it sing up at 8,050 RPMs. That seems pretty good. It might go higher, but I really don't want to push it quite yet. And I suppose I could have checked while I was there how high to go, but 8,000 is going to be pretty good because we're at the 555 then, and we should be great. If we're not, that's either due to elevation, which shouldn't affect me that massively, 10, maybe 15 horsepower at most, with elevation differences, but we're pretty close to sea level, so yeah, it really shouldn't do anything here. Or there could be some modifications happening through the RLS Career Overhaul mod. Let's go back to here. We're also going to go ahead and make sure to sell the parts we actually don't need. So stock, we're going to go back to stage 2. And I'm going to go ahead and put that ultra heavy duty back in. Also, I need to go ahead and change that from the brand new. I don't want a brand new stage 2. I want the one from inventory. There we go. Purchase that. And we were able to go up to 8,050. So yeah, we were just barely breaking into power band there. Let's go 8,100. And I want to turn up the cut time because that'll allow it to kind of grab a little bit harder when it's pulling through stuff there. I think otherwise, though, we're going to be fine. And that should give us some crazy power. Let's see if we can break sub 10 on the quarter mile here. With that, it should shift less. That'll be one help right there, and then we'll be having nearly 100 horsepower more. So, lift up that turbo boost a little bit there. Front end just lifted right up. 10.5. So we broke into the 10s. We're not sub 10 though, but honestly, with some good tires, definitely could be sub 10. That's pretty good right there. So we'll be able to go back and get that going just fine again. Spawn me over there. So we're almost to the X class. 557 horsepower, 10.54 at 135 miles an hour and a quarter mile. We should now be able to hop on over to those rally missions and be able to kind of, like Richard, just bust them out. And like I said, if that was something that was not supposed to be done, then shouldn't let us. So we can go back to daytime here. I did not. Oh, that's the issue with the Pessima as an overall, is the axles warp like that very badly. I shouldn't say axles, but you know, suspension geometry. We get really bad camber like that. So I'll be right back. I'll head on over there and we can go ahead and start up another mission. All right, loading on in. There we are. So yeah, 1 minute 48, 35-second lap. Just started straight off at second there. Or, yeah, second. Oh, I forgot about that. I, no joke, just forgot about that. Let's try restart, see if that, yeah, that fixes us. Kind of. Whether it really does or not, we still have that weird issue. I don't know. Too far in, wow. A little bit on the roughness of that landing there again. Something doesn't feel quite right here. Sights be bouncing all over the place, but that's kind of what I mean, is like something doesn't feel right that way. It's good to know though that it's handling the jumps just fine here, and not damaging the oil pan like the classic Pessima would. There's a finish. You can see our hood was a little damaged. 36.7? It didn't even get better? 36.776. Well, we did get 0.2 of a second better. We're gonna have to retry that. Let's see. So for rewards, nothing basically. Let's retry again. I gotta be more mindful about that jump. That's the big thing. Let's be able to blast through this section a lot faster though. Got all of that angle and everything. That didn't help us any. Whoa. Okay then. Not only rolled over, but we managed to be alright. For the most part. Yeah, camber in the rear is a little messed up overall. Okay, so what am I doing wrong here? Let's hit the restart quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and abandon real quick, because I mean, I should have more power. I think the other one has like 350. So there shouldn't be an issue there. I think the only other thing I can look at possibly doing is getting that front suspension changed up a little bit. Thinking I could turn there. I forgot. Yeah, no, I can't. I don't know if there's any difference in tires I can do. What I want to look at is how much does that drag paddock cost to buy? What the heck? I didn't bump that. Wow. Yeah, suspension's fragile, so at least in the bumping around kind of department there. Yeah, I was right here. Okay, let's see. What would this cost to buy? I probably have enough. Not quite. 115 grand. Ooh, man. Alrighty, let's see then. What do I need to change here? I mean, obviously, yes, I could do suspension height. I got sucked into the wall there. Game is starting to really be weird today. It looks like we don't need a repair again. But let's go ahead and we're gonna probably... So our rear end is doing fine. Our front end is kind of getting launched because we're over compressing the front end with the jump there. That's the first thing to note. Knocking things over again. So let's see. We'll give this up to 0.03. A little bit more on the fast bump dampening there. That kind of compression. A little less on the regular though, so it kind of soaks that a little bit more. Just a touch. A little bit less on that. Fast rebound. Kind of let that come down more. Okay. And then from there, I mean, I'm not too sure. Let's go ahead and run that quick. And then we'll take a look and see what other tires I can really get here. So rear suspension, rear wheel hubs. You got the 15 by 8s. I think there was a 15, 16 maybe in there. No, not a... Yeah, there's the braid. Let's see, 60s. No, nothing more down there that I see. There's some 15 by 10, but that's not quite what we would want for that anyway. And the only 15 by 9 is a drag wheel. So I'm not sure if there is a different tires I can get. 225 50s. We got all terrains here, which are taller, but I really wouldn't want to go taller. I would want to go wider. I'm going to go ahead and poke around with this, see what I can figure out, and I'll come back again. Alrighty, just about half an hour of poking around with the car and got some values and everything taken care of here. So I did up the RPM limit. That is just 150 extra RPM. That's all that really is. Caster, camber, and toe in the front. Toe, it was horrible. Like 3 degrees in the rear and like 2 degrees in the front or something like that. Pretty crazy either way. So that's gotten taken care of with that. We did a whole bunch of testing on the damping here for the suspension, so that should handle a little bit better as well that way. This is pretty much all that I've got here to try, and if we can't get it, then I guess I suck at building the rally cars. Let's go ahead. We'll head on down over there. Make sure we can see our dash lights here. Speeding? Yeah, that's all good. We'll take it. It won't get me anyway, not in this thing. I have them outpowered, that is for sure. Didn't anticipate that. Okay, just a fender bender. The suspension is all doing fine here. Since we're here, still hits pretty hard. Yeah, we got to be careful with that because the suspension is basically overworking and causing itself to kind of break down a bit. But we did get away. We made 1,500 credits. That helps kind of cover some of the costs of the things we've been tuning and tweaking with today. And sometimes it is like this. Sometimes you get lucky and things just have to line up pretty good. Sometimes you're somebody who knows exactly what they're doing, you get it right the first time. And other times, just like me, play around with it and try a few times until we get it right. Probably going to have us repair our vehicle for this one. If not, nope, there we go. Pay with a voucher. It doesn't affect our insurance. From what I can see, the controller is a little low on charge, but it is on the charge, so hopefully it doesn't randomly die. So again, same old deal that we had. Trying to hit some power when I land to help soften it up there. Much better there. We're not breaking the windshield at least. We can hit that with a little bit of speed. Swung it a little bit deep there. A little bit too quick and off center there. That wasn't great. I think I could feel that being a massive difference. 34.943, 1 minute 47.948. We definitely had a good improvement right there with all of that. So, I mean, that's amazing. We can kind of see, it looks like the car is handling itself a lot better. I mean, but it looks like the suspension too is not getting hurt as bad from the heavy bumps and jumps and stuff. So that gives us 3,250 plus the 812 credits for our multiplier. We get a little bit more experience into all of this. I think I got another sneeze coming here. It's one of those things that's just lingering. And, oh, I mean, I feel bad for anybody who has to deal with that anytime, because that is, like, absolutely mean, you know, when it does that. For some reason, the car likes to keep turning off. I think this fixed beam hood is a little bit of a visual issue here, more so than anything. That or our strut towers have been protruding upward a bit. I'm not sure exactly what that may be that's causing that, but that's okay. On to full circuit. This one we will also change over to our car. 2 minutes 13 seconds and 43-second lap. I believe this is literally just that. We're going to go ahead and hit a big old circle here. Second gear start. A lot more air than I was expecting. Oh, geez, hold on. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That was a lot more air than I was expecting, and yeah, we're damaged pretty heavily, so I gotta watch that a little bit. I do almost want to take the ABS off for this too. So let's see. Restart. We're gonna go ahead and abandon. We're gonna take our car on back. Gonna take off the ABS. We'll definitely be going through though and finishing this in the next episode, but this is definitely how it goes sometimes. Just tripped on the bumper. But we just kind of gotta keep playing with things a bit. So this would raise our insurance by 0.08, but this is instant and not 15,000 credits, as we can see down there. So we'll take that small hit here. We should be okay though. And we're gonna go ahead and go all parts, ABS. We're gonna take that off. We're purchasing an empty slot that way. And then I guess we have to take the car on back over there real quick. Think about calling it Benjamin, to be honest, but I'm not too sure. It should allow us to stop a little bit better on the gravel though. Speeding again. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh yeah, because he got like stuck on everything. A half shaft just broke. Alright, come on, come on. Definitely a troublemaker type of car here. Got us for traffic collision there. I've also noticed the brakes have been weird here with the car. Probably gonna end up with a ticket because I also can't steer. That wheel is just barely hanging in there. This is a little cheeky spot. I think it'll work. Because they're just going to try to get to me directly if they get down on that lower road. That's not going to happen. Okay. I'll come back when we get up to our next mission here. Alright, here it is. We got 2 minutes, 28 seconds for that. 2 minutes, 13. That's what I was looking for. And 43 seconds. A little hiccup there. That was strange. Hopefully it's over with. A little bit wiggly all over the place, but there we go, straighten her out a little bit. Accidentally went into neutral there. Could have gotten rid of that sun strip too, to be honest. I like the look of it. I don't think it's any favor that it's really doing for us. Slowly starting to get more comfortable and familiar with the car though. Say that and then, ooh, we hit a really rough spot right there, yeah. Oh man. Best lap gap of 39,973 I seen. So it works. So the build works. That is amazing. So here we go. We get to see that we get another 5,000 credits. So we're actually making our way towards being back where we were, and we'll probably be a bit ahead as well. Now we know we have the build that works. I keep clicking continue here. Although being able to set the all-wheel drive ratio probably would be the deal, but I've kind of broke what I was trying to do, but that's just to get this to work. This thing, though, if we went back to Italy and did that again, oof, yeah, I know I would crash bad. Probably take this free roam and try some stuff like that and see how it could go. Go ahead and use another voucher. We did just earn 2, so even if we earned 1, so to speak, with quotation marks and all that, wouldn't be too big of a deal. So we're going to do figure 8 basics, 1 minute 48, 34.5 second total time. Too early. It's like they put it in a spot that is really grippy right there. I did that in the last season too a few times. There we go. A little bit wide on the exit, but I think we still got it, despite rolling over. 1 minute 50, 6:59, 34.452. Yeah, I was hoping. So that's all that we got. But let's retry. Reset our car that way. Let's do this. Let's get a replay. Car didn't want to quite pull in on that one, but that's okay. There we go. Had to back out a little bit because I was about to hit that section of rollover again. go. That's much better. Much better. Our last lap was our fastest. And I managed to nail a perfect 144. That was an insane time improvement. So that's great. We have the replay, you guys. I'll be able to put that up for you. I mean, kind of switch back and forth to take a look at that and everything. But, man, that was beautiful. And I think I'm doing that with the sun strip being in my way, because that is definitely reducing my ability to kind of see, you know, and I'm still doing that. So there we are at, what, 3,300 credits or so we got from that one. Let's continue at challenge start. We're going to go ahead and run probably one more. Go ahead and make sure I get a replay tip deal for that too. So far, we're doing great, though. Figure 16, that they call it, so to speak. I remember this one, I thought it would be, you know, zigzagging back and forth. No, it's really different than what I was thinking it was. So 101 for a lap time, 3 minutes 12 for a total time. Cross over here, then we go all the way down to the end, and I remember, no, we go here and then across to the end. This tightens a little bit, so I gotta be careful, because that, didn't want to do that. Thankfully we didn't roll. I didn't grab a replay. Let's go ahead and restart. And start. Just holding it flat through there. That wasn't great. It's okay. Okay, so third try is the charm. Let's go ahead and give this another shot here. I remember that you can't go too quick into that section there, because I just keep blowing it out, so to speak, right here. So unless I fling it a little bit deeper, but no, that was too deep. Not that section anyway, I was confusing myself. There we go, a bit more like that, kind of give it a bit extra on that. Very smooth, perfect. Oh my goodness. Too early there. The driving is very variable. little bit too wide right there. And I don't think we got it fully, did we? 331, 553 with a 105, 242. So not quite. So we're going to have to pick this up next episode to get that, though, honestly. Which we had 1,200 credits plus the 300 credit multiplier right there. So, I mean, we made some money. And let's continue a challenge. Start quick. So, we got ourselves probably some milestones, if I had to imagine. Yeah, we're up to 97,000, so we're still 10,000 away from where we were. But 500 credits for doing 5 rollovers, which was all done in one, I think, or pretty close to. We did like 3 or 4 rolls on that, at least. And that takes us up to 98,490. You can see how that front end is kind of sagged down there. Now, I don't know what has destroyed my frame rate right now. That is crazy. How much? I think it was like $250,000 for the commercial garage. We also dang near burned all of our fuel here. Let's go get a refuel. I did fill up Richard, which wasn't too bad to do. We got 386 a gallon here, so that seems pretty reasonable to me. 386 that was not, but yeah, whatever. 3,867, that's horrible. Especially considering we probably got close to 10 gallons to put in. Let's see, we're halfway. Yeah, it says 3,867, but I think it's 386 gallons per gallon. So there is 10 gallons right there. So we probably pushing it because we only had a couple gallons left. There we go. We actually got a fuel up there. Let's go take a look real quick before we pop on onto the episode here on how much this costs again. This would be a nice one to get as well. So it was like 115 for the other place. This one would be $1 million. But 15 vehicle slots, man. Oh, 1 million credits? I might. I don't know. I might just go ahead and grind that out with the truck and some missions and stuff. We'll see. We'll see. Next episode, we'll definitely see. Either way, though, we're definitely going to be taking this guy out and about. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more BeamNG content, either Career Mode Vanilla, Career Mode RLS, or maybe I'll do some side missions as well and take a look into those, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you have any opinions, topics, suggestions, comments, anything like that, go ahead and either join the Discord or click the link down below. But again, that's it for today's episode, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.